he hired them from. These are issues. We are not just talking of returning officers. No. It's not only the returning officer that is it the returning officer that will go to polling unit to go and distribute electoral materials. So these are the issues. So if he's talking about returning officers at ward level and at local government level, fine. But we are talking about the full soldiers that have to do the work. I said even they said some of the officials don't even know the units that they were to go, and it is the polling agents they were depending on to take them to the units. Now, so when the umpire is not well prepared, so the umpire did not mobilize sufficiently, it will give a lot. Then those who place value on their votes in terms of naira and kobo, there is no market for them today. That is those who will sell their votes. Some people came out to vote during governorship election because they knew that there was market, that they will part with. I mean, the politicians will part with some money and give them money for their votes. So in this election, people already know those vote sellers. They already know that there is no market, that there won't be buyer. So where there is no serious competition, is that when somebody who wants to be a councillor will be distributing money, somebody who wanted to be a chairman will be distributing money. So because of that, because some people, the motive behind their coming out to vote is to collect money, which is very unfortunate. Very. Since there is no market for them today, they will stay back. And overall, the kind of perception that people have about any state in the electoral commission, politicians, they have the perception, and also people have the perception that they will just write figures. Even when those perceptions are misplaced, even when the ODX is not ready to write figures, ODX is ready to conduct election, but because the perception has been there over the years, they believe that nothing will come out of it, and so there is no need to vote. And that's why
I think the network of Zahid seems to be getting better. Let's have Zahid Aribisala. Let's hope the network is better placed now. Zahid, if you can hear me, can we hear from you now? Hello. Right, I think I was wrong there. The network still seems to be to be what it is. So, but this perception you're talking about is something that is also depending on what will be the eventual action of this person so perceived. For instance, if you perceive that I will not tell the truth, and then eventually I tell the truth, subsequently you will not perceive me as a liar, right? So isn't it also the onus, isn't it lying on such state electoral commission to also do the needful to redeem its image if it's been battered before?
And that is where a state electoral commission can redeem its image when and where it is truly independent. So now, do you know that at the state level, if anybody who accepts to be the chairman of state electoral commission, people already look at him that he's ready to play ball. Otherwise, he won't accept such a job. Unless if he can tell the man who appoints him that, look, I'm going to do my job according to the law. So if you don't want me, leave me. All right,
let's quickly have situation reports from the chairman of ODEC. And we also have from Irele Ifedore and Ileolujo Kibo. That will be after this break. We'll find situation reports from those arena. Please stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back.
Are you impressed with what we have seen so far on ground in Ondo State regarding local government election?
Yes, quite impressive, because the first thing that impresses me is the conduct of both the electorate and the cluster. The process has been peaceful, it has been transparent. And I find out that people are coming out and they are voting for candidates of their choice. One thing that matters to us is for the process to produce produce a credible and transparent structure at the grassroots level. If the process is faulty, you find out that whatever is going to produce an office is going to be faulty. For us, so far so good. For those areas we have visited, we are quite impressed about the conduct of both the electorate and the other staff. And more so, the atmosphere is peaceful, the conduct of all the security agents their conduct is quite impressive.
Despite all these pluses, where are the areas you think that should be improved?
Yes, I think in just few areas we have visited, I think people have to do more by coming out to vote, because we find that in few areas the turnout has been very low. Though voting will still continue till 2 p.m. Believing that people can still come out to vote, but immediately it is 2 p.m. except those who are on queue, they won't be allowed to vote. For us, I think people can still do more in those areas to participate more in this process, because if you don't participate in the process that we drawn up in democratic elected leaders, then don't come out to complain. All that we are doing is to ensure that we set up a process that is credible and that will produce leaders that will emanate from the decision and the mindset and the will of the people. Ultimately, sovereignty belongs to the people.
ìtawádìí kò sí wàhálà àdínní ìwọ̀n lọ́wọ́ ìrẹsẹ̀ ilé ìtawá ṣe torí ọmọ wa gan ni wọ́n lè ṣe fáwọn wa lọ́la.
So there's no challenges at all. I think the opposition is taking down. You recall that is in the news recently that PDP, who we thought would provide a viral opposition, withdrew from the race. I think for the phobia of imminent defeat. But as it is, some other opposition parties are there, but they are not as strong as what we envisaged in taking our campaign to all the nooks and crannies of our village towns and units to vote for our candidate, the honorable chairman, the executive chairman of the local government, and our 10 councillors. We have done that, and we were expecting a viral opposition. From the look of things and snippets of our information around, I think we overrated our opponents.
Even the turnout is not that impressive.
Yes, you know, there's the virality, the robustness of the campaigns and the opposition will drive interest on people. But where you see people chickening out before the real match, people chickening out, then the impetus to come out becomes minimized. So, but as it is, people are still coming, and we have quite some few numbers of people there, and many have come back to their houses.
Okay.
Ondo Street. Ìbò yá wá tó lórí ọmọ wa wá dìbò yìí o lórí àti wa pẹ́pẹ́ rí o èmi fún àmì síkú sábà tó lọ́la ní torí ẹ̀lẹ́sùn ìyá wá sí ìlú yìí torí ayé ìdásí wa ọ̀gá láyé ọ̀gá mi o bí ìbá sálárì déédé ohun àsálárì wa déédé ó pé sánsán ní o máa ní bonus máa everything ohun àdédédé o. That is 014. Election day you need to know fair. Not what you say election really in the local government. That is number one minute. We just pay minute two. He like ìbò wa ẹlòmíì lọ́wọ́ lẹ́sẹ̀ mi. Àtẹ̀dúpẹ́ ní ọwọ́ Ọlọ́run tí a ti kọjá lọ àmì ìsọ̀jì lálẹ́. Ní ìyẹ́ tó ṣe lọ́wọ́ yìí, mo rí pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ènìyàn wá ti jáde.
Yes, I want to use this medium to put it this way, that the election is going to be very, very peaceful. Even if you like, you can stay around for a while. You see how people will be coming out peacefully. They'll be casting their vote without any intimidation, without any harassment. So that is exactly what did the situation.
All right. Okay. So how would you describe the process of election?
Yes, we are about to commence now. The process is about to commence. Our people are just coming out to exercise their voting right. So they are coming out to vote for the candidates of their choice. You can see everywhere is peaceful. People doing their normal business, expecting to participate in the local government election.
What do you need to? What about?
Ṣé ibẹ̀ ló fẹ́ ṣe? Kò yẹ kó máa rí. How is the election process
The
here?
election is fair. It's fair because we got to some voters that have already come and left. So we don't need to wait. Vote and go inside the system. We don't want these people to be crowded. That's why we told them to vote and go.
So, but it has been a peaceful process.
Very, very peaceful. Very, very peaceful. No heat, no crisis.
So far, the election has been peaceful. There's early arrival of material, vaccination material, and the security personnel, they are fully on ground. So far, so good. The election is peaceful. So far, so good.
Okay, but how about the turnout of voters?
The turnout is massive. Wow, business from units. I see the turnout there. I know people are still coming.
All right, Dr. Wingabimbola, you've heard from some voters as well as from the chairman of the commission you've been, don't let me say, knocking all along. But you've said it's
you shouldn't be afraid of being knocked. So it's a public institution.
So then,
to be open to public scrutiny.
What's your comment on the assertion of the chairman before commenting on the turnout of the people, as you've seen from a really joking?
Yes. Going by his word, he said the elections have been peaceful. He's right. The elections have been peaceful. We thank God for that. So he's absolutely right. So then he said the process has been credible and transparent. So that one is left. I cannot assess that because I can't see how transparent and credible until the process are concluded or processes are concluded and winners are announced and those who participated they also accept. So it is then we will know. But we can also judge based on some issues about the process because it is not the day of the election alone that matters.
Of course.
What led to the election also matters. So now you said the process has been transparent. Where did you paste the number of, the names of eligible voters? How did you advertise the parties that were contesting and their candidates? It's not just saying we have 15 political parties, 13 political parties. Who are they fielding? You understand? Yes. So were they sufficiently announced? So do people even know in their wards, in their local governments, those that are standing the election? These are issues. We are talking about transparency. We are talking about credibility. We are talking about now those. If you want to recruit adult staff, there are stakeholders. We also NGOs. Did they participate? Where are observers in this election? It's not
he said 50 observers.
Where are they? Have you seen any observer?
Because
do you know that the non-governmental organizations they don't put money in no government election in Nigeria?
We actually asked the ODEC chairman, how many people will be observing the election? He did say they had applications from over 1,000 observer groups, and then only 50 was shortlisted from there because of the scrutiny and all of the things they put into place. So I'm just answering you.
Yeah,
I'm not holding.
I know
for
those
you.
that even the 50 observer groups that have been approved according to him, based on the report you are giving me. Where are they? Our reporters are on the field. Have they really interviewed any observer, any ODEC accredited observer? Because people are not even observing. People believe they don't have faith. It's not limited. It's not peculiar to those that I'm saying that all over. Because even the observer groups, they are funded by donor agencies, and their reports over the years have been the same. That local government elections are not credible. They are selection. They are not elections. So nothing has changed. In fact, you know that local government elections in 1999, 2003 were better than what we are having now in Nigeria. Yes.
So what changed?
What changed is the governors in Nigeria in the last 20 years. The governors.
Are you by any means saying that the governors in Nigeria are the problem of grassroots?
They are because the governors have turned local governments as their personal estate. I'm not talking about
forward. Is it possible for us to get out of the woods?
The way forward is either we go fully a federal system, and if that should be the case, then the local governments, the governors should now have their firm control and also fund the local governments. Local government, they will not be having free money from Abuja. Local governments will now derive their funds from the states, and as such, a governor can now decide. A governor can even decide that I'm not going to have political heads in the local government. We are going to appoint council officials, those who are going to be collecting revenue, paying salaries, administer and this and that, and you reduce. Because now the councillors, they are going to be on salary. Then you also appoint supervisory councillors again. So you don't need to be duplicating governance and all the rest. So that is true federalism. And so any state that is having 18 or 40, it is your own cup of tea to fund. If you cannot fund, you can reduce. Some states will reduce their local government, some states will increase their local government, as the case may be. That is federalism. But if you want to still maintain this unitary system, it may get to a point that the National Assembly may begin to tinker with the law. Maybe the conduct of the local government elections should be taken over by the Independent National Electoral Commission. Because it is even the INEC that has the register of voters. All the CX, they take a copy of the register from the INEC. And some people are saying that INEC will have too much to do. What is too much? The elections INEC conduct, they are periodic for 4 years.
In any case, it also conducts off-season governorship elections.
Yes, how many? If it conducted off-season governorship in Ondo State, then in 2027 he's not going to conduct any governorship in Ondo State. What are we talking about? It will be until 2020. Is it 2028?
How about if local government elections are able to even be matched with the off-season election of?
No, they cannot because there are timelines. Okay. Local governments are 3 years. State and federal for 4 years. So even if the 3 years of a local government is will coincide with a governorship election in that state, the date, the time cannot be the same. So that is that. What INEC, the problem with INEC is that those things that INEC should not bother itself with, we put it on INEC. For example, INEC will register political parties. INEC will moderate activities of political parties. It shouldn't be the business of INEC. Then INEC will be the one to prosecute election offenders, which they have not been doing. It shouldn't be the business of INEC. There should be separate bodies for that. INEC should just bother itself with how to organize elections and conduct elections and announce the results. So if there is any case now about election, INEC can defend it. But when we are talking about electoral violence and electoral offenders, INEC is supposed to also prosecute. INEC is not doing it because it is overwhelmed. Why don't we have electoral offenses commission then and a tribunal, so that would be the body? Why don't we have another body that will register political parties, moderate their activities, and do all of that we are talking about? Well,
Dr. Ondo, by the dictates of the guidelines set by ODEC, it's 3 minutes gone past 2 o'clock. It's expected that election...
voting
that voting
would have been done and dusted.
Oh, okay, would have been done. This expression again.
Voting.
It should have been done and dusted. But then it seems to have been done and dusted in many other places.
Except where people are still on the queue.
On the queue.
But even when people did not come out.
I also did say that until the last person on the queue is attended to. But then
that
in
is
this
the law.
case,
But where you are expecting 500 people and only 8 people turn up. So within what you are supposed to do for 6 hours, you will do it for 30 minutes.
All right, we will take a break now. When we return, we'll be taking a look at what exactly is going on in most of the polling units and wards as well as local governments in Ondo State where this election is happening today. 203 wards, 18 local government areas, local government elections going on in Ondo State. We'll be right back, everyone. Please stay with us.